Hey, time for a quick recap. I smoked cigarettes for 44 years, and for the last 36 of those years, I tried quitting. I tried stop smoking devices, stop smoking diets, hypnotism, acupuncture, the patch, the gum, and quitting cold turkey. Nothing worked because I went nuts anyway. I had just about quit on quitting when I heard about electronic cigarettes. I found ECF read Don DeBoom Vape's Wonderful World of Vaping and bought my first starter kit from Ecig.com. Haven't been a cigarette smoker since. I wanted longer battery life for my 808 battery, so I got Sig Easy's Elegant Easy, and then the Elegant XXL 1300. And then the Go-Go. A horizontal coil go-kart holding 3 milliliters on a 1300 mAh battery that lasted for days. What could be better? I was set. A whole new world of vaping fun had arrived. Nothing to buy anymore except empty go-karts and e-liquid, right? Right? But then you read about a new device on ECF and see a Dr. Vapor Grim Green Peep Sardo Don DeBoom Vape ECR review, and you start to worry. You think maybe there's something more out there. Maybe there's a new kind of Ecig that's even better than what you already have. And you worry that you're not getting all you can out of vaping. And the vaping demon torments you until finally you can't take it anymore. And where's my credit card?
The amazing drama you're about to see is a matter of human record. You may believe it or not, but the real people who lived this story, they believe it. They know. They took that one step beyond.
What do I want from an Ecig anyway? Well, that's easy. The right amount of flavor, throat hit, and vapor to satisfy the craving I got from smoking these. So even though the Go-Go Go-Kart combo did the trick, I still went looking for the Holy Grail. And at the end of this thing, I'll tell you which Ecig is the best Ecig in the world. The Echo. The Echo is a good 808 automatic battery, but I had a couple problems with it. First off, the bottom LED is way too bright. And the charge time is ridiculously way too long. I didn't much care for the Echo cartomizers, but I solved that problem by using an Elite cartomizer. And with a pipe accessory, no more blinding blue light. I like using a manual battery most of the time, but every now and then a good automatic vape is called for, and lately I like to use the Elite 808 Clear and Easy Tank 2.0. It works great. But the only drawback is, you look like that guy. The Elite 808. This is one of my favorite Ecigs. It looks so cool it makes me want to upgrade my wardrobe. The 380 mAh battery has a 3-click on-off feature, and the subtle bottom LEDs track your battery life. But the real star of the show is the Elite 808 2mm capacity cartomizer. It's built like a go-kart, and though it's smaller, in my opinion it pulls ahead when it comes to throat hit. I like these a lot. The Leo. I got my first Leo a few months after I started using the Go-Go. I liked it. The Leo Carto holds a ton of e-liquid, and as an added bonus, the kit came with an atomizer so I could finally see what dripping was all about. It was an interesting experiment, but I can't drip all day long. The only negative thing I can think about the Leo was it's too much like the Go-Go. And since I'm a cheap guy, I wasn't going to continue to buy into 2 different systems that gave me the same result, so I stayed with the Go-Go. But hold on there, cowboy. About a year later, a Go-Go Elite vaping friend of mine started raving about the Leo dual coil cartomizers. I had to give them a try. Plenty of flavor, throat hit, and vapor. In fact, for the first 15 minutes or so, it was throat hit over flavor. But then the flavor train pulled into the station, and I was impressed. No need to look for any other Ecig. This is it. Until I saw the Peep Sardo review about the Eco Twist. To set the ego twist, you just twist the bottom until you get to your desired voltage for your atomizer, cardo, or tank. There are teeny tiny voltage numbers on the bottom.
I can't see!
I know, because they're too small for me to see without using a magnifying glass. In fact, the only time I've ever seen the numbers clearly on my ego twist is in these pictures. But after a little experimentation with my favorite cardo filled with my favorite juice, I found if I cranked it all the way up, burnt taste. Cranked it all the way down, too bland. But right at 4 volts, perfect. But I don't think I'm going to buy another ego twist. I get the same quality vape from the Leo with the dual coil cardo, and I don't have to do anything. Just vape. After I'd been vaping for a while, I started seeing reviews about tank systems. Now, before I knew what an Ecig was, I thought I knew what tanks were. Imagine my surprise when I finally saw one. This is a tank? It only holds a mill of juice. Okay, if that's a tank, this is the Pacific Ocean. Leaving the actual meanings of words aside, I gave some tanks a try anyway. They all have reminded me of those morphine ampules everybody was looking for in the deep. The first tank I tried was easy to fill. No counting drops. I could see what I was doing. It gurgled a bit, but I never had any leaking problems. Now, the second type I tried was a little more tricky. If I didn't put the cap in exactly right, it would push the interior cone down, and then juice would leak out the bottom. I tried an 808 version of this, and it worked really well. In fact, I still use it on my Elegant Easy. But the 3 510 versions I had all cracked and leaked after just a few refills. The Leo tank worked very well, but after a couple refills, it looked like one of these was living in my Ecig. And I don't want to put a cartomizer inside of a tank. I know, a lot of people like them, but I think they're just too big. And they remind me of these airport flashlights. Oh, look out, here comes the giant Omizer. I had high hopes for the giant Omizer. Hey, the name was goofy, it held almost 4 mils of juice, and it made my ego look like a movie prop.
This is called a neuralizer. It's a gift from some friends from out of town. This red eye here will isolate the electronic impulses in your brains, more specifically the ones for memory.
But it didn't wick any juice to the coil. Dry, burned hits do not a happy vapor make. I was getting fed up with these tanks. They didn't perform as well as cartomizers. They leaked. The flavor seemed muted. Not that much vapor. Quality control seemed to be hit and miss. And you just have to fiddle around with them too much. For the Ego X system, you got to get out the tweezers and hope you get the wick in there properly. If you pried up the inner cap on the Gynomizer, it might start wicking properly. And then later, but there isn't any later because my head blew up. Why couldn't someone make a good tank that worked? Well, they did. Twice. Go-Go Premium Tanks. The Elite 808 Clear and Easy Tanks 2.0. And they work. So far, no gurgling or leaking. My first Go tank lasted 49 days before it gave out. Finally, somebody did tanks right. But then I had to go buy something else. The Turbo Easy Tank System. The guy I told you about that told me about the Leo dual-coil Cardos, he called again. And he said he found a tank system that outperformed cartomizers. Now, I always thought tanks came pretty close to Cardos, but outperformed? This I gotta try. Same thing. But watch this. After many refills, the e-liquid in the tank might start looking like pancake syrup, so it's time to clean the tank and wicks. After cleaning the tank over and over again between refills, and you can clean these things many, many times, eventually performance will drop off as the coil gets too gunked up. So all you have to do is replace it. Just unscrew the old one, pop out a new one, reassemble the tank, and fill it back up again. Real easy to do. And in under a minute, you're back on the road happily vaping again. Finally, somebody made a tank system that worked. Okay, I promise, this is the last time.
You like the juice, eh? The juice is good, eh? I get you more juice.
One thing I noticed after using these tanks for a while, I was going through a lot of e-liquid. So I decided to jump into do-it-yourself. How hard could it be?
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
There I was in the kitchen doing something where if I made a mistake, it might kill me. Making a tuna casserole wouldn't kill me, but making a mistake with 100 milligram nicotine could. But with rubber gloves, exhaust fans, and very careful measuring, everything came out fine.
Is that electric?
It may be the only thing about this century that I have found bearable.
To paraphrase the Tappet brothers, I think vaping should pretty much be unencumbered by the thought process.
No fuss, no muss, no tools to clean, no robot arms. How do you work it? I don't know.
Though I know they're very popular, I'm not interested in any of the mods I've seen.
I don't want it!
I don't want a learning curve, even if it's a gentle incline. I just want to fill up a Cardo or tank, put it on a good long-lasting battery, and vape. That's it. Oh, I almost forgot. I was going to tell you which one was the best.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
I lied. I can't tell you which is the best Ecig because I use the Turbo Easy, the Elite, the Leo, the Go-Go, and every once in a while the Echo. And I like them all. And if progress in Ecig technology stopped today, I'd still be a happy vapor because I don't need these anymore. I still say the greatest inventions in history are fire, the wheel, disposable diapers, and electronic cigarettes.